There's what I like. Nice reflection. The funny thing is, that's what the reflection's of. Not sure about that, but that is what it is. But I think I've put a few pictures up before that with the moonlight reflecting off of that. And it's all the way in. I'll get the pump shut off. I don't think I'm going to move it yet, but I'll get the pump shut off. More clouds that way. As of last night, the 10-day was 0% chance, and they took away our 103-degree temperatures at the end of the week, so that'll be nice. So spoiled. There's Hernia boy. He's doing good. I got a little girl there that still has her cord on her. Looks a little funky at the top. That's Big Girl's kid. I'd have to tell Ty to get a check on her. It's kind of weird. We got a bunch of cords that haven't fell off yet. And she's, I know she's over a month old. And Dino was standing outside over there when I got done pouring grain in for the cows. I asked him if he's going to come eat. He says, oh, okay. So he was still walking up when I put the pan in, and no, the pan's clear up here. I'd rather have it over here, but we'll see if 722 here will let me sneak in and grab the pan. Dino thinks he's got him a hot girlfriend over there. Only thing I ask him is don't try to breed him in here because it's slick and the catwalk, and he's gotten smarter over the years. I don't remember which bull it was now, but one of them lifted that sucker off and damn near had it on the ground. You know, they just trying to do their job. Kind of like Red, mangy looking butter. Look at all that undercoat coming off again. He just trying to do his job too, but there ain't nothing for him to do. A little dangerously here because one of them coughs or backs out. Yeah. Brings a whole new. Brings a whole new meaning to the word shithead. Oh well. Yeah, feeding's done. I can go see if I can get the gun moved. Hopefully, Bam Bam's group all stays in because I got two gates to open if they're going to be in if they're out there. We're going to go back over the West Hayfield again. Now that we've gone back over the three-corner piece. And it was in kind of early. I sped it up last night. Probably shouldn't have. You know, turbine just doesn't seem to be running like it should. Not consistent, I should say. I mean, it is, but it isn't. I don't know. Really don't. But while we're here, Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here. Hello, Buffalo. Hello, Tahoe. Tahoe, are you? There we go. Okay, well, he acknowledges. They get a little bit of the clover pellets in the morning, and then Ty spoils them later. But, you know, ain't hurting them any. Give them every chance they got. Because, you know, heavier they are when we sell them, the better. Doesn't matter what the price is, still the better. Especially where, y'all know how bottle babies are. There's way too much invested in him. Get every penny back we can. And I think Tylen and Becky are going to finish cleaning up in here. They got some straw moved out. I'm not sure where they went with it. I know they were talking about it. They moved the bikes out there back there with Odie. And I believe that is the light cover off the blue one. It's been laying here in front of it, and I was kind of hoping when she moved stuff she was going to put it where it belonged. So I guess I put it somewhere for now, where maybe we won't forget it. put it there and wonder what the hell it is later and throw it away. There we go. Okay, onward and upward. Well, that was a fun trip coming down the lane on the red bike. Not so much tread on the tires. And I thought if I stood on the tongue, that might put more weight on the back of the bike because that thing kind of goes. No, my butt in the seat squatted it more. So I sat on her and rode the front and rear brakes very gently. Slid for about 5 feet, almost at the bottom, and got it going down there. Other ones, yeah, reels behind the trees. I got to go up and check it because I came down and turned the pump on and strung this one out and just turned it on. So go from there. And 5 years ago today, somewhere we're guessing around 7:30 in the morning was when Dad passed away. So as I look up and there's vultures flying, maybe that's a sign I want to go hide in the barn or something. I don't know. Anyway, one of those things hit me last night pretty good. And it's like, shit, that's tomorrow. So, anyway. Oh yeah, and probably the other thing that kicked out last night was the guy that we custom bail for. He called last night. And when we found out that Dad was sitting in his chair, resting eternally, he was here because we only had the 135 Massey back then and had nothing else we could run the tedder rake on. So we borrowed his little International 540, I don't know the numbers on those little ones anyway. And we were getting things, had to make a new sway bar and that kind of thing, and we were getting that hooked up in the yard, and he was here, and hired man was here, and Becky was here, and I think, I don't know, Brooke or Ty, maybe it was Ty, one of them was here and the other one wasn't. And it just was kind of a, excuse me, but a clusterfuck. And the guy we custom bail for, he says, oh, I can go home. What for? We're almost done with this. It's half hooked up. We got just as much time to unhook it so you can take your tractor home as we do to finish getting it done. And it's, not like any of us could do anything for Dad other than wait for the funeral home to show up and wait for the county sheriff to show up. And, life doesn't stop. You just take a moment and keep going. That's my 2 bits for now. So, this thing was parked in front of the fuel pumps to get the mower greased and get the tractor fueled. And watch the front wheel and the axle. The jump, this side's the good side. It's not this side. It actually looks like that nut might be a little loose on this side. I can't tell from here. This side, dang it, shadows. This side it is loose there. Got that much movement, but gotta go the other way. That is what happened when I turned the wheel back away from the pumps. I'll show you on this side since we can see. There's a flat bolt front and rear on the axle, and there's a center bolt. Center bolt's broken, so that axle's rotating in the housing. Glad I caught that before I headed up on the next hill, so I may not be doing much cutting today. I'll recant my last statement. Bolt is not broke, but it should be tight. The side ones are tight, but that one sure ain't. So, looks like we'll loosen these, make sure they're okay. Might have to clean some threads up so they'll tighten tighter. Take this one out. Yeah, this is a fun job, by the way. Very fun job. Can you tell I've done it before? That one's been out a couple of times. And this sucker being loose, that I don't like. Is I think I might still have an extra one of those. The nice thing on this tractor, they are ambidextrous. It does not matter which one you have. Many other tractors, they are rights and lefts. So I need to look upstairs and see if I got another one, because odds are it's starting to strip, and that's not a good thing. And this side, I'm going to guess it's still, yeah, I can't move it with my hand, so interesting. Very, very interesting. The mighty Ingersoll Rand titanium. I love that 1-inch impact. Put it on there. Tie head wrench on the bottom. Nice clean brake too. This piece is laying right over there. I picked it up from behind the tractor. So that means, where'd it go? 3/4 breaker bar, and that socket will go on it. But since we've wasted enough time that it's time for lunch, and Ty's upstairs looking for another arm, because I should have one, but I might have to make a phone call. I ain't always right, but it seemed to me that these are ambidextrous. Casting number on top, and there's another one on the bottom, and they are identical from left to right on this machine. But parts say that there are left and right, and what I saw online, there are lefts and rights. I get one of those, come off the East Coast. Before shipping, it was like 440 some bucks, something like that. Or A&I has one in a warehouse in Prosser, Washington for $114 in shipping, and we'll have it tomorrow. So, hopefully it's the right one, or I will be very upset. It's kind of like, hopefully that hole isn't worn out. Like, you can see that one's kind of egg-shaped. This one on the other side is egg-shaped. But yes, I think I did. Yeah, I showed the prize.
Thank God I closed my eyes and it went opposite of me.
Good thing I went the other way. Anyway,
We're gonna go have lunch.
so we're going to eat some lunch, and then we're going to tackle that. Might be cutting bolts out, I don't know. Well, we got the clamp bolts out, but I had to go to the service truck and get the 3/4 breaker out of there, and a pipe. Oh yeah, and the adapter to 1-inch, because I didn't bring another socket over here, so we used the 1-inch. And luckily she could brace the other breaker bar on the A-frame, and I tried to give myself a hernia and put my back out, you know, everything. Had to get about 2 full turns on it before the 1-inch impact would do it. And that little girl's the one we'll use on the big disc, and usually gets it.
Thank God it says 222 and not the other 3 numbers.
She's talking about the end of the ball joint.
Yeah, it says 222.
She didn't want to have June.
No, I did not.
Anyway.
Because my luck today, I would hit my pumpkin head again.
And we just tried that center bolt, and it has an actual steel lock nut on it. Guess what's not going anywhere?
The one that broke our lovely wrench.
And unless I heat that, and the problem with heating it is, you still got to handle it while it's hot.
And it's too hot to handle heat.
Yeah, it's way too hot today. It is hot today, and muggy. I was hoping that had a little slop to it, though. I think I can just get in there with the cut off and just take the head off. I hope so. And it's just a grade 8. Of course, thread bolt. The others are fine. That one there, I'm not sure why the threads are flattened unless that happens to be in the clamp.
It does, because when you're removing this, that's the one that was moving too. So.
Well, yeah, but this bolt was stationary. Anyway, they might clean up and be okay. They also were good for locking the nut on. La 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 la. It's times like right now, I'm glad we do have what we have for a shop. Because, you know, I've done this kind of shit out in the field on a 100-degree day too.
You mean like when I lost the tire on the...
Lost tire on the what? On the what?
Combine?
Oh yeah.
On the hill?
I like when she lost tire on the back of the combine a few years ago, or another one like when she lost the left rear on the 135 a couple years ago on the road.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
Yeah, thankful for the tire shop guy, but
I felt for it.
you know, I don't know. We gave him 2 or 3 bottles of water and 2 or 3 bottles of Powerade, and plus he had his own. And when it was said and done, we didn't have a damn drop left to drink.
Well, but I was in the safest place that I could possibly pull over.
Yeah,
anyway.
at least she wasn't in the middle of the highway. It was on the side road that isn't too busy, and it was at a wide spot. But in the meantime, we're still working out in the middle of the road.
But I did it in a safe spot.
But anyway, this is going to be a son of a bitch no matter what. And then we got to get that steering arm off yet too. And I already know that there's some really nice pipe wrench marks on that nut. Probably because we were having issues with it tightening before. And it's been a long time since we changed that. And it's been solid. So
Was it changed the same time this got welded on?
no,
Okay,
it's been
this July of
changed.
05, so.
It's 05? And
Yep. It says 05?
now you know what year it was. Dad
July of
was
05.
up on the side of Ball Peak when that sucker peeled off. I don't remember what all I had to do to straighten stuff up. I think this part was curled in, but this was okay, and I think the other side still has some deformation, I think. And I got to walk around this way, you know, to flip you all upside down again. Yeah, I must have got it all beat out. I don't see much deformity to it. But we got her back where she belonged anyway. Poor girl's been through a lot of shit.
Oh, well, this was Grandpa's plan.
Well, it had to have been. He didn't want me to cut hay today. But, you know, I mean,
It was.
when you wipe this piece out, because you tear that off, and I don't remember if it, yeah, that's all one piece. It broke the tabs off both.
You know, all I wanted him to do was show me a damn fawn. Wasn't asking for a lot.
She was hoping we'd see a fawn today or something, you know.
I haven't seen one all season.
Yeah, to show one to her. But anyway, I mean, that's been a long time. So is this. I mean, 05, but that was in like the mid 80s.
Going back to olden days, this was 11 of 03 is when we got that.
That's when we had Lucille's Tools in Hillsboro, and he had inexpensive stuff that was quality. And if it wasn't, you brought it back and say, Jerry, that's a piece of shit. And he'd say, duly noted. And the next time you were in, there was none of those on the shelf. It was a different brand. And he'd give you one and say, hey, go abuse the hell out of this for a week and let me know what you think. So we always made sure to cut back and let him know. That
That was when we used to go to
big
lunch
pair
together.
of bolt cutters I've got came from there, so we could unwrap a hardened 5/8 rod off the conditioner on the last John Deere disc mower we had. And they were less than half the price of the U.S. made, and they said China on them, and they, well, we'll try them because we're going to ruin them anyway. And hell, they made like 60-some cuts in that rod, maybe more than that. Had about 2 hours of doing nothing but cutting rod. And all it did was knock the scale off the blade. We were in there for something else a few days later, and Jerry says, hey, how'd that work out? You didn't bring it back with you to hit me with it. Nah, it seemed to work out pretty good. So, anyway, I don't know. I might still heat that nut up. I'd rather have it off in one piece than multiple pieces.
There we go.
So, how do you get these? Do you use a pickle fork and ruin the rubber and half the time ruin that? Or do you put the nut on and beat on that and spend all day and swedge it so it don't work? Or do you go like this? Usually, about 3 hits and those pop. Usually. Okay, 5 or 6 hits. That's how you do that. Sorry, I'm shaking a little. It's hard to see, but see the color difference? The very top edge is original spline, and the rest is what's worn. The gap between them is a little wide. That's what the slop was. And she girl there, I told her, I handed her the breaker bar and the pipe and had her put the tie rod back on to support it so it wouldn't turn. The tire, anyway.
Well, I should do this though.
I'll be
because it was
damned.
this arm. It wasn't the other arm.
I'll be damned if that sucker. It wasn't loose, but it wasn't like these
That,
other
I wasn't
bolts.
even putting all my weight into it, so.
No. So it came off easy. I mean, at least that. But in the meantime, now we wait for a part. Although, yeah, I guess I still got to get that son of a bitch out of there. And I want to slide that out, see what it did to the hole. And she's thinking about something. I don't know if it's good or bad, or if she's thinking about it for all of us or just herself.
What about that goddamn line that's pissing me off?
Oh,
Why
There's-
is it leaking all back there?
there's a drip on the floor.
What the hell?
Oh,
There are two drips.
geez. Now there's a drip on the backside. The right steering line's got a little weep yet. That's way less than it's leaked in a long time after having this thing in here. So, at the back though, maybe that's the pan again. I don't know. It's run enough hours. It may be time to go through and just retorque the
Hey,
pan.
give me that flashy.
Anybody want a good wet Napa battery? Well, it's not good. It's no good. We threw a Scamazon special AGM in it. I don't even know the brand. Honest, couldn't tell you. Probably doesn't even say on the packaging. But yeah, that's what the battery is. I don't think it says anything on. Oh, that was the tire jack box. This and the tire jack were in there with a couple other things. For $44 free shipping and AGM battery that had really great reviews. What the hell? See how long it lasts. So Ron's bike now has a good battery in it. And I just came in and I used the 18 volt DeWalt with the cutoff on it. Knock that sucker off. It's the 18 volt DeWalt with a 20 volt adapter on it and a 20 volt battery. Actually makes a whole different grinder than as an 18 volt. It actually compares to the Earthquake 20 volt that I've got in the service truck. Well, sort of. It gave her hell, but it was a fresh battery when we fixed that irrigation pipe the other day. You know, that shouldn't have used much battery. This used some battery, but when I was done, that 5 amp hour batteries, one light left, and at that point they don't do much. So, but the Earthquake, I mean, I've been impressed with that. I don't end up using it enough because it's in the service truck. But anyway, I'm going to leave that just like that. I mean, granted, we're blocked and we're jacked, but I'm not going to try to slip that thing out on my own. It's going to be a pain in the ass anyway. We're going to have to lift it a little more to do it, I think. Hopefully, yeah, I probably will. I'll probably have to shove a chisel in here on each side and open that a little bit. And I really hope that's going to drive on through. It almost looks like by that outline, it almost looks bigger than those holes. But it could be a shoulder bolt. I don't know. Either way, I'm reasonably sure I got to do something with the hole in the axle in the tube. If it's wobbled out, I'm going to have to drill it out, and I guess just run a piece of a sleeve in it or something. And when it goes together, it will get the living shit anti-seized out of it, because you're going to have that much that the bolt is going to be sitting in there, and yeah, they get dampness in them. I don't care what you do. So anyway, all I can do is chill for a little bit on this. Ty already left. She's doggy sitting. She got her delivery today. One of the dogs she's doggy sitting has bladder control problems or something. Anyway, older dog. And there wasn't enough diapers till the people get back, so she had Scamazon deliver some doggy diapers here. And what was it? Oh yeah, that's what it was. We ordered a seat for Odie. Matches what's on the 175 and on the other 135. Supposed to anyway. It wasn't supposed to be here till July 3rd. UPS brought it today, and this was ordered off of Amazon. So, some assembly required. But yeah, it's the Same setup as that other one. And it was a loop off the right one that broke off the spring on the other one. Can't be any worse. Well, I shouldn't say it was the cheapest, but close enough to the cheapest anyway. $73 or $75 for the seat, but they hammered for $61 for shipping. I told Becky, see what you can find. You know, if you find something less for free shipping. And the only one cheaper in the long run that she found, well, you were 2 to 3 weeks out before you would see it. I don't like waiting that long for stuff if you have a choice. So for like $3 more, it showed up, 6 days early. Something like that. Yeah, 6 days early. So I'm good with that. It was just ordered a couple days ago. I got to go pull the little traveler out to the old creek bed because it's in now. And a couple more hours after dinner, I'll go out and just shut that one off. Because I'm not laying pipe out, and I'm not going to let it run all night out there because it'll get in probably at like midnight or 2 o'clock and then sit there and run until 5 o'clock, and then you don't need that. So anyway, it got dark and the sun came back out. Now I'm going to go out in the sun again. So hope everybody had a great Tuesday and hope everybody has a great hump day. Thanks for watching.